Hello everyone, my name's Eric Schimmelfenny, and I thought what I'd do is just kind of introduce myself and give you a tour around my shop and sort of show you what I do. Just to give you fair warning, this is the end of my week, of a very long week of doing a lot of projects, and it is a complete and utter mess in here, but there is some cool stuff to look at. So I thought I'd give you a little tour around the space here. This is kind of the way in here. This is the shop, although I've got this big wall that I've built here currently, which I'll explain in a minute. But I do a lot of woodworking, sort of digital fabrication, so I keep a lot of the plywood over here. But let me take you around. I'll sort of show you some of the tools and some of the different things that I make. So some of the tools that I use, I've got a lot of basic woodworking tools, sanders, drill presses, router tables, all kind of standard stuff, big cluttered toolbox. But these are some of the more interesting tools that I really like. These two things here, this is a portable CNC machine, and basically this is a computer guided router, so you can cut out all kinds of interesting designs. I had an intern here today learning how to use this thing, so he was cutting out these little shapes. But it's a router that can move in any direction, so left and right, forward and back, and up and down. It's all controlled by the computer or your smartphone, by a little web interface, so you can design just about anything you want. I've got another computer controlled router here. This is a unit that I'm currently testing. And over here, this is sort of the big boy. This is my 3-axis CNC machine, so it cuts a full 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood with a router bit that's mounted down in the bottom here. And I'll give you a quick little demo of this thing moving around. Again, apologize for the mess, end of a long week, and frankly, I don't feel like cleaning. So I do a lot of cutting of wood and plastic and other kinds of material on this. Some of the things that I do actually are projects like this. So this is a booth wall system that I'm doing for a trade show. It's half done right now. These connectors and pipes are actually something that I'd never worked with before, but I'd always wanted to try. They're handrails. So if you ever go into an industrial space where there's big, sort of industrial handrails, they probably need these on Star Wars a lot, and the Death Star. There seems to be no hand railings anywhere in there. You'll see stuff like this. And so what I did is I ordered all these railings. I designed them all in 3D to make sure they all fit together, and then I ordered like a couple hundred feet of pipe, chopped them all up, and made these walls. These plastic panels were actually cut on my big CNC machine over there, so I was able to get all the holes lined up just right, and some corners on there, some nice rounded corners. And it's actually connected with 1980s Chrysler bumper bolts, so kind of repurposing some stuff from the malaise era of Chrysler vehicles. So that's one thing I do with the CNC machine. The other thing I do is I make a lot of CNC furniture, so workbenches and things like this that typically are collectors of tools and all kinds of other stuff. But things with really interesting joinery. I'm always experimenting around with different ways to fasten things together, and doing crazy things with plywood like this. Some of my other projects here, this was actually one of the first CNC pieces of furniture that I ever designed. This guy over here, this is called the Maker Bench, and actually all the parts that make up the Maker Bench fit inside the bench itself, so you can pack it up and UPS it really easy. This was a distributed manufacturing project that I came up with. Also a little piece of furniture here. Some stuff down here and some more tables and things here. This is actually really interesting. This is a digitally fabricated house, and I actually built a full-scale one of these a couple of years ago. We did 160 sheets of plywood. We used a big ShopBot like that. This is a 3rd scale model, so this is actually me, outline of me standing in this, and this is the house that I designed that one day I will build for somebody somewhere. But all digitally fabricated. It fits together like a big IKEA puzzle. But the really cool project I want to show you today, the one that I've been working on and designing for a couple months and was finally able to put together today, is this arcade machine. This thing, it's not quite done yet, but it's come quite a long way. So this is a kind of a fake arcade machine. So I do a lot of work for the guys at SketchUp, which is a 3D modeling piece of software. And I came up with the idea to show off SketchUp in a way that was fun. And what's more fun than an arcade machine? So I put SketchUp in an arcade machine. So this was all a cabinet that I designed myself. I came up with these cool fasteners to hold everything together, so it made assembly go really fast. If you're into nerdy fasteners, you can see there are these little weld nuts that sort of hold everything together. So assembly went super fast. I had it painted by an auto body shop. There's going to be some metallic letters that attach into these holes. I haven't received those back yet, but it's got a computer inside that actually runs SketchUp. This is going to get all neatened up in here, but there's a computer, subwoofer, some speakers, monitor mounted in the back, and then of course in the front we have a cool red laser keyboard, a cool red laser mouse. We're actually going to have a 3D mouse. It's kind of a 6-axis mouse here that you grab and you can spin around. But the point of this thing is to actually show off SketchUp. So here you can see we can spin SketchUp around, and now normally SketchUp looks like this. It's sort of a professional 3D modeling program, but I had some of the developers create what we call retro mode. So we activate retro mode, and makes all these ridiculous sound effects and makes SketchUp super fun to use. So hopefully we can engage a lot of kids and do some other fun projects like that. So again, I just wanted to kind of take you around what I've been working on lately and sort of show off my very messy and cluttered shop. But again, I'm the only one that works here right now, and I can leave a mess if I want to, and it's the end of the week, and I'm going to do that. I'll clean it all up on Monday. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself, show you what I do, and if you have any questions for me, please let me know.